Howdy. Once again, and I think I will make still many videos about this theme, mountain water as I call it. This picture, the original picture, which is very nice, I just drew some lightning sketchy ones from Francesco Zanna. He made a really nice picture which I went to mess up with missing things about like the creation of mountains. White rivers and such. Udine, Italy. Parma, Italy, where we had those disappeared 4 magnitude quakes some time ago. White rivers. Walgau, Germany. Montmort, France. Nalchik, Russia. One could say that, yeah, that's Alps, but this is not Alps. Nalchik, Russia, there is no Alps in Russia. Furthermore, we have Mount St. Helens in Russia. No, USA. Which is a volcano. And it is in USA and not Russia. This was some mistake. I apologize for that. You can get angry, but it wasn't like I didn't build up that joke. It just happened. Since I don't have a script or whatever. But anyway, I try to keep myself together. So let's dive into some quakes around the Lake Constance in Germany, Switzerland. Why it doesn't draw? Now it should draw. We are talking about these. Because they are orange, which indicates a little bit deeper than usual. And second, like that's now the 4th attempt to make this video about these. So now it's already 8 hours ago. When I tried the first videos to make, it was just few minutes, and then it was few hours, and now it's already 8 hours. But anyway, 8 hours, 13 kilometers in that magnitude 2.0. 8 hours, remember that, because the other one was 6 hours ago. And why Dornbirn? Dornbirn is in Austria, and Germany, Austria. Well, anyway, similar magnitude, similar depth. 2 hours. Heimenkirch. Kirch means church. Kirche is church. So there is a church. And there is also, yeah, since I'm trying to make this video the 4th time, there is some church thing, but yeah, I will show you. We will go over to Google Earth quickly after we checked it out here. There's another quake. Now it's already yesterday. So it took many hours and the 4th attempt to make this video. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, you could spend your time with something else. So that's obviously a hill. You know, it goes because there is trees and stuff. There is water veins. There's like many water veins starting from here, going somewhere. This goes nowhere, and there it's starting. So this is going uphill. And usually, where is forest, the ground maybe isn't good enough to put fields on and these kind of things. And sometimes they're protected, and sometimes they're just taking off the forest because they need wood to build stuff. Here is a holy place. And I still think, since I made this conclusion, that churches are fortresses in order to protect the water. And many places where churches are, they are known since ancient times, and that's why those places were chosen to be the holy place, because there is something special. And if you build a fortress with heavy doors on it, only the ones who belong to it can make use of it. So, that's not the volcano application. Here's the quake. Let's say Tuttlingen. Here we have Überlingen. Constance, where the lake has the name from, and Schaffhausen. Here is Singen. And somewhere here is a mountain. Okay. We will visit first, let's say, Überlingen. Then we will visit Schaffhausen. Then we visit, I try to find this place where it's a cave. And then we check out the hill near Singen. So hopefully you remember, maybe I don't, in which, whatever, this should be made. But that's my script for the video, which is now gone. So let's dive into that. Let's go to Überlingen. I don't know, was this the first one? Überlingen. Maybe it's not exactly Überlingen. Somewhere here, it should be Gletschermühle. Qualitätsforschung. Sipplingen. What was the name of the village of those pile dwellings? Here. Pfahlbauten, Unterholdingen. Pile dwellings at the Lake Constance. I have been there some, 25, 30 years ago. I remember it. I don't remember details, but it was mind-blowing. And it has been fascinating me since ever since. Since all the sinces and all the evers. Really fascinating. There's a museum and stuff. They rebuilt the whole thing and they're making archaeological excavations there on a daily scale. You can go there and check it out, watch the things, and they are explaining what's going on. Their explanation is, yeah, the pile dwellings are because of the animals. And since I heard that, I thought, no, this doesn't make any sense. I think it would be much easier just to build a fence around those houses instead of building all the houses on piles. And I think it has to do with water and not the animals. But anyway, this was station 1. If there would be a live chat, I would now ask the live chat, does anyone remember the second station where we should have gone? No, I don't. But let's go to Schaffhausen. This was on the list. Where is it? Here in the middle of the screen. We are talking about the River Rhine. It's such an important river that even Slayer mentions it in a song. The River Rhine. I have been also here once. You can stand there. And have fun. And I have been even there when there wasn't almost any water at all. Which was really strange. Now let's put out the pictures I wanted to show you, that satellite imagery here. No, it's just Europe's largest plains waterfall. It's massive, especially if there's water. The River Rhine. So, there would be tons of stuff to show you there. But we are going now here, Tuttlingen. In the vicinity of that should be caves. Neanderthal caves, I have been there also. with school, and we were trying to make similar tools like the Neanderthals had back in the days. With flintstone, we were sitting there in the cave and trying to make flintstone tools. And I tell you, it was very interesting. It was very interesting, like sitting there and doing the same things like as they were teaching us. Here we have some Roman facility. Let's check this quickly out. Then I have to find you the caves with the Neanderthals. Polar configuration, Mars, Venus, Saturn. Maybe the whole thing is representing, in a way, a thunderbolt. More similar repetitive patterns, which history is all over. It's full of it. And nowadays I watch these kind of hills very differently than I did in the past. Yeah, many people watch the world like he does. I don't. So there are many dogs, big long shadows. I had to check it out and search again because I didn't remember the name of the exact place, but we are at Tuttlingen, and I have been sipping over this place just before. We have mining operation here with some funny colored houses. So that's the cave. And somehow I think I remember there was more to that than just the cave. Reindeers have been found carved into the walls of this cave in Switzerland. There aren't any reindeers in Switzerland. I don't know, maybe have been once back in the days. Why not? Here, volcanoes mentioned in Switzerland. But we will go to that later. That's the cave. I will try to put links to the places we just visited. Maybe I don't remember them all. So now, quick recap. North is approximately north. Now let's make the map more or less clean. Roads. Now let's make everything off. Lake Constance. Yeah, I have 2 days of quakes now here. Because it took so long to make the video. Yeah, actually I have to put it back again, because otherwise we don't see this one, which is very important. But we will come to this in a moment. So now, Schaffhausen, where we watched this biggest waterfall of Europe. Somewhere here close is the cave we watched. Here were the pile dwellings. Waterfall. Waterfall. Cave. Now we go to this location. Singen. Yeah, there is this place here with this little hill, which doesn't have a name. Very often, these kind of places have some kind of name. Because they just have. Every place has a name. So here's Singen. Singen, pile dwellings, waterfall, cave, quake, and the other quakes are somewhere close here. If we go here, somewhere, is it this one? No. It's one of those hills, it's not even very special, but just look at this one, for example. They are very interesting. So now we are close to Singen. Let's go back to Google Earth. Now we need everything. Because we are searching for a little hill called Hohentwiel. Yell if you see it. Frohnholzhütte. Freie Tankstelle. Singen. Now let's put this away and write Hohentwiel, which is a very difficult word. Yeah, Hohentwiel. Yes, you see, it was very close. It's not a big thing. It's just a small mountain, okay? Near Singen. Singen? Pile dwellings. Waterfall. Actually, I could zoom out a bit. What happened? No. So now, once again, waterfall, cave, the mountain, the quake approximately, pile dwellings, and the other quake somewhere here. Hohentwiel. Vulcano in Germany. This article may be expanded with text translated to different. Hohentwiel is an extinct volcano in the Hegau region of Baden-Württemberg in southern Germany. The mountain is west of the city Singen and 20 miles, 30 kilometers from Lake Constance. Hohentwiel began forming along with a chain of volcanoes in the Hegau region about 7 to 8 million years ago when a layer of volcanic ash and stone was laid down. The magma consists of phonolite. In the following millions of years, the core was opened 260 meters beneath the surface by the glaciers from the Ice Age. This formed a core that is now exposed. After the ensuing millions of years of erosion, Hohentwiel Castle, whose ruins are top of the Hohentwiel, Swabia, originally monastery, now Switzerland, monastery, water. So now, elevation coordinate, where is it? I'm searching for a special word, which is something like water dome. Now, this is the Wikipedia, now the Google Earth version of Wikipedia. I have the other page open. Here, that's also Wikipedia. Hohentwiel. Mountain with fortress in Hegau. Remember when I told you about like castles and churches? They carry water. There is water inside. That's the reason why there is a fortress to protect the water. Because it's very important for everyone. Source crest is the word I was searching for. Let's click on that. Cryptodome. At the Cryptodome, also known as Source Dome, Source Crest, Water Dome, well, what was it? I don't remember. Anyway, the rising, viscous magma formed clump or spherical rock bodies within the soft top layer, usually made of tuff, which it bulged like a dome, but could not break through. intermediate or basic volcanic rocks such as trachyte, latite, phonolite, or rhyolite are typical for spring domes. Examples of such source domes are Drachenfelsen. Drachenfelsen. It's a dragon rock. Stenzelberg, Hohentwiel, und Hohenkrähen. Krähen is a crow. So we have a dragon and a crow. And Katzenbuckel, which is a cat. Cat's back. Yeah, in a way. And after all, we have Mount Usu, where we had this postman, Japan's postman, not the African postman, Japan's postman. Burning Spear is African's postman. Anyway, which got awarded for he was a layman and he did really good work about that. He was observing cryptodomes emerging from the ground not too long ago. So it can happen in our days. Let's click on that. Refresh our memory. The Uso, which was formed around 110,000 years ago. A violent eruption about 7,000 to 8,000 years ago destroyed the summit of Uso Somma. So approximately 6,000 years, sun cycle. Outbreaks 1663, 1853. The eruption from July 25th, 1910 was preceded by earthquakes for 6 days. At the same time, cracks and faults formed at the northwest foot of the Usu. Phreatic explosion from small newly forming craters occurred until August. A new cryptodome arose at the shore of Lake Toya, the Meiji-Shinsan. November 1910, it had arched up to 160 meters. Shortly after the eruption, the first hot springs emerged southwest of Lake Toya. In 1919, a hotel was built at the spring. It paved the way for the emergence of popular spa town Toyoka Onsen. At the end of 1943, a series of earthquakes began. The epicenter, which has shifted 6 kilometers from north to east and east side of the Usu, as the depth of the focus decreased. From February or March 1944, another cryptodome, the Shoba Shinsan, formed about 2 kilometers east of the Usu crater. It dammed the river and broke through the surface of the earth in early November 1944. Lahars and all these kind of things. Where is the postman? The outbreak in the final phase of the Second World War was initially given little attention by scientists. Mimatsu Masao, a Tokyo postal clerk, Japan's postman, detailed the growth of the dome in pictures and reports. According to the geologist Hans Pichler, the result was an excellent volcanological work by a layman. A museum and memorial on the Uso commemorate Mimatsu Masao. Excellent volcanological work by a layman. Earthquakes. Earthquake. Lake Constance. Now let's recap. Quakes. I have to put a smaller line. Easy to draw. Pile dwellings. Volcano. Massive waterfalls. MWF. Neanderthal caves. The River Rhine. Somewhere here. Zooming out and changing the view. Volcano. Kaiserstuhlvolcano. Probably extinct. Last eruptions 16 to 19 million years ago. A very old stratovolcano dominated the Rhine River plain. Non-conus US military installations and geothermal features of Europe. Let's recap. Kaiserstuhlvolcano. Lake Constant somewhere here. Quakes. Another volcano. Cryptodome. There are a few others, Cryptodomes. I try to figure out about the Cryptodomes more, like what they are, how they are degassing. Is it CO2? I'm waiting still from Professor Dr. Dahl from Germany some answer, but I didn't get any yet. No one can blame me for not trying to ask a professional. But if they don't answer, what to do? I'm not just sitting here and waiting. I can do my own stuff, as you see. And I don't expect you to agree with me or whatsoever. I just show you the things. There would be so many others, but there's like almost all half an hour gone. And for me, it feels I haven't got anywhere yet. But anyway, River Rhine, Vulcano, Lagersee, Lager Lake. So Vulcano, let's change the color. Maybe red is not good. So let's take blue. Vulcan. Very strong, very much geothermal heat. Still very much. And also here, very much heat provided from 5 kilometers in depth. Where is it? Somewhere that hell. I think it's 5 kilometers. Which is not very deep. And here it's marked volcano. Clermont-Ferrand, Jean Depuy. You know them. There is one volcano, except the ones in Italy. Parma was here, where we had the quake. Here's one volcano. There are others here, mud volcanoes, but I haven't yet have the time to figure them out where exactly they are. But I just want to point out from whole Central Europe, let's say this is Central Europe, what fits in the screen right now. One volcano marked here, where it's very dark, and that's at least as big as the other part. And around that we have those other parts, which are also deep red. That's a huge area. That's a huge area too. Furthermore, if you go more to the east, that's Austria. Croatia, Hungary, it's black, very deep red. And there is nothing marked here. So I don't know exactly what's going on there. Maybe nothing. Maybe so much they won't tell. And one thing still about this 16 to 19 million years. I think it's possible that it was just about 12,000 years. Now that looks like a children's writing. Now let's write it again. Yeah, doesn't make any better. Or maybe. The thing is, it could be only 6,000 years. It's about the water. Spring crest, Cryptodome. They say they are extinct. Probably. But there is geothermal activity and heat very, very much abundant there. We have water coming out on all places. So it's not dead. Every spring is a circuit. It's part of Earth's circuitry. Weather is electrical in nature, so is the weather in the ground too. And now there's droughts and all these kind of things. And I still think it could be possible in a way. Before the water comes, it retreats like a tsunami. So the water will maybe go down deeper into the crust before it comes back with force. There's like at the moment there's so many things going on in the Alps about floods and glaciers and rock falls and all these kind of things. A whole day I tried to make this one video. Maybe this will be it for today. I don't know, since it was really frustrating. So volcanoes here, or somewhere, caves, waterfalls, lakes, which are basically craters, or calderas even. We have quake activity. 13 kilometers in depth to magnitude. There might be more popping up soon. Vichy. Everybody knows there's very good water coming from there. Yesterday, there would be many other things and places to check out, but water. They are on the maps. They are drawn there. They are always there. Yesterday, Chamonix, 3 kilometers in depth. So since quakes are measured, sea level is 0. 3 kilometers in depth, and I don't know how high up in the Alps we are. This could be above sea level. In a way, like on the ground you stand. In a glacier, within the mountain, or not too far under it. What do you think a glacier is? I think a glacier is a contemporary lava stream made out of water. And it will have its own fluctuations. There will be times when there is more water coming out there. And there's many. Yeah, I could go endless, but I think I will leave it here. I just wanted to show you these few things. Thanks.